Hi, everybody. I am here tonight. It's Tina here from Mono, Ontario, and I'm here with Melanie McCauley, one of our moderators and one of our amazing, amazing weight busters. So I'm going to look down right now because you know what I want to do, Mel? I'm going to start. Let's see, where are we? I don't see us. I'm going to refresh my phone, and then what I would love to do is start a watch party.
Hey, Michelle's here. Hi, Michelle.
So you'll be seeing everybody in the Weight Busters menopause group, and I'm going to start a watch party in our Zen tribe.
Awesome.
So awesome. So I'm so glad everybody, if you jump on, say hi, because it's always fun to have a little bit of interaction with everyone, see who's here. And if you're watching, if you're catching the replay, you can put a CTR for catching the replay if you watch it later on, just so we know you got to watch it. But anyways, often on Tuesday nights, we do a masterclass or a hot topic workshop. But, you know, lately we've been talking about telling our stories a little bit more. And I had to really encourage Melanie to tell her story, and she posted it last night, and she said to me after, oh my gosh, my phone blew up, you know, and the reason being is that a lot of people resonated with Mel's story, and to be honest with you, she had always said to me, you know, I'm a sugar addict, but until I read her story, I didn't really understand that there was like that much of an addiction to sugar. And so I asked her, instead of doing the masterclass tonight, perhaps she could tell us her story and then tell us a little bit about why she chose Zen and that sort of thing. So Mel, take it away.
All right. Wow. Put on the spot here. No, not put on the spot. Yeah, so with my story, if you read it, I've been into fitness, you know, my whole life. And it's right from gymnastics when I was 7 years old, and I worked my way up, and I started karate when I was 18. So, and I did that for 20 years.
Can I interrupt? Can I interrupt for 1 sec, Mel?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she didn't just do karate, okay? She is a 3rd degree black belt in karate and tai chi, and a 2nd degree black belt in weapons. Taught Tai Chi in a Buddhist temple, as well as teaching meditation. Like, sensei, you're amazing. Anyways, okay, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm just like, blows my mind, the stuff.
That's okay. Well, that's okay. Well, even one other thing, while we're throwing it out there, I spent a week at a monastery in LA, and it was 500 women. And we spent the whole week just detoxifying your life. So it was pretty awesome experience there too. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and there's like 500 of us doing Tai Chi in the center of the temple with the sun, you know, the sunrise in the morning. Yeah, it was beautiful. It was a really good experience. So, but yeah, so that's, you know, I've been into fitness my whole life, and you know, the whole sugar addiction, I've had it forever, and I never knew how to really deal with it. So, and people don't get it. They're like, oh yeah, like I love my sugar too. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand. You're trying to find that fix, right? It's like, how do I get my fix? So I could have an afternoon fix. I go, but that doesn't count. Then I want my evening fix, right? Because I just ignore that fix that I had in my, you know, in the afternoon kind of thing. So, and people don't understand that either. And it's not 1 chocolate bar, I would have 4 or 6. So that was, I would like have 1 or 2, but then in my head, it didn't count. It's almost like you have your appetizer, you have your dinner, and then you have your dessert. Well, the first 2 chocolate bars were my appetizer, then the next was my you know, dinner and then dessert kind of thing. So, and I used to bury my chocolate bars at the bottom of the freezer, thinking, okay, I can leave it there. I won't touch it. And then I'll have my chocolate bar. And then an hour later, I'll dig it all up and I'll pull it back out again. So it's frustrating. And I know a lot of people can relate, but I know a lot of people can't relate to that. They're like, well, I can just have a piece of chocolate and put it away. So why can't you do that? Right? I'm like, I don't know. Right? That's just how my brain works. So the nice thing is over the years, I've been able to, you know, cope with it. And, you know, that's why I work out like a crazy fanatic, because that kept my weight down as well, kind of try to balance, but I always had the body fat that I didn't like, right? So that kind of affected me. And I did the yo-yo diets. I've done, you know, Weight Watchers, and I've done, I haven't done the keto or anything like that, but there's just older ones that I've done. And then not eating for 3 days, you know, thinking that that would help as well. But you don't realize that it's affecting you mentally, it's affecting you physically. You know, your muscles start to eat away at itself because you're not feeding your body, right? So that was, I don't know, very frustrating throughout the whole time. And my family has cancer, stroke, heart disease, diabetes, and morbid obesity. So those are all against me as well. So I've always really just tried, even like when I fall off, then I do eat healthy and I eat clean, but then it's like when I fall off, I really fall off, right? And so that was always affecting me. And with arthritis is really bad in our family too. So if I eat really bad, then I know I'm going to suffer the next day with my joints. So literally my fingers will seize up, my wrists, my elbows, my ankles, my knees, and my back. So it's not worth it to eat all of this, right? But it's like, why do you keep doing it? So.
Well, and two, I know that, you know, you're going on year 19 of being a fitness instructor, and you teach the Les Mills classes, and you do body combat and body flow as well as body pump. And I think too, you are a role model, you know, so like you're on the stage and we're down below, and you are always on display, you know, when you're a fitness instructor and that sort of thing. And so that kind of would probably have an effect on you mentally, because you know that you're playing that role model to everybody else and you're setting a standard, you know, kind of thing. Although, I mean, I know that all great fitness instructors come in all shapes and sizes, you know, and that it's a person's personal preference. But I just know how I was when I taught. Like, I always needed to feel like I was, you know, the fittest looking person in the class kind of thing, because I was the teacher.
Right. And as you get older too, it's, you know, younger fitness instructors are coming up the ranks, and, you know, you want to try to keep up with them, right? So it's like, and I do. So that's, I have to stay in shape. I have to work harder. I have to, you know, do my yoga consistently, you know, being on a regular basis with that, just to keep the flexibility, right? Because it does disappear. Even though I was a gymnast and I've been flexible my whole life, I personally feel that it does go away, you know, whereas someone might still look at me and go, what are you talking about? You're so flexible, like you have nothing to complain about. But where I've come from, it's a big change, right? So it can be really hard.
So tell us about Zen, why you chose to do Zen Project 8.
So I wanted something different because, like I said, the yo-yo dieting, the not getting the results that I'm really wanting to get. So you can lose the weight, but then it's like you're not as toned, you're not as cut. So I needed that change. And I was just, with menopause coming up as well, my body changed, getting around the midsection where I've never had a tummy before, right? So, you know, that started to bug me. Just different things was changing in my body. So when I was introduced to Zen, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to give this a try, because I see what it did for you, Tina, right? And then how it helped you and other people. And so that I just started it, and lost 14 pounds and 13 inches in the 2 months. So, and the nice thing was, it really helped to keep my sugar balanced, stabilized. I didn't have those fluctuations where it would rise and then drop, because I was eating clean, right? And the shape, the Zen shape and the Zen fit really helped to, the in-between meals, putting the Zen fit into my drink, because it had a sweeter taste. So with that, it kind of gave me that, oh, like this feels good, right? It's something that I'm kind of faking, faking my body or my brain, and I could drink it and then not feel like I needed any junk food or anything like that. So it just kept me on track. And the program is so easy to follow because it's clean eating. You don't have to weigh your food. You can measure it if you want, but once you know your palm, your fist, your thumb, that kind of thing too, it just works, right? And I love it.
What about I know you're eating clean. Well, obviously we're all eating clean. Do you utilize like any certain foods to help you, like clean foods to help you get your sugar fix?
Yeah.
Or the sensation of it, yeah.
Good question. Yeah, so what I do in my salads is, and if you've seen pictures of my salads, I have big, massive bowls and I fill it up. So I use all my free stuff that I can. If I'm not putting rice in, what I'll do is for my carbs, I'll either sometimes just use grapes, mangoes, apple or pear. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of each, to get that different flavors and different crunches and different sweetness. If I'm adding my rice in I don't know if other people do this, but I heat my rice up and I put it in my salad. And then I mix it all up with a ground chicken or chicken breast or whatever, or turkey. And then I'll divide it all up evenly. So if I want a little bit of rice, I can have a little bit of grape, and I can have a little bit of apple, whatever I'm fancying that day. So if you haven't tried it, go out and try it, because it really makes your salad just that more pop. So
yeah, I did. I during the detox, I did introduce fruit to salad for my husband, and actually really enjoyed it. Like, it was his first time. He always used to say, I used to say, oh, can I put strawberries in? And he'd say, no, I don't like fruit in salad. And then I just started throwing it in, and the next thing you know, he was like, where's the mango? Where's the strawberry? So yeah. Either he learned to like it because he was hungry or he really enjoyed it. But what was the hardest thing for you when you were doing Zen? Was there like any struggle at all?
Oddly enough, like when I've done different programs and stuff, I always just felt so deprived. Doing Zen, I didn't feel deprived. I have a caffeinated tea in the morning on my way to work, kind of thing. I cut that out. I cut the decaf, or I just used decaf. I had no sugar. I didn't put any milk in my tea. So I completely cut all that out. And I thought, I don't think I could do this. But then I thought I was going to have the headaches, and I didn't get headaches. I didn't get any of that with taking out the sugar or the caffeine. So I was blown away by that. It completely helped. And just going through the program as well, instead of having 18 hot flashes a day, I went down to maybe 7 a day. So yeah, so that was another thing that kind of changed as well. So it really helped to stabilize just my whole body. So yeah. And the nice thing
what about your arthritis and the aches and pains? Did you notice a difference?
Yeah, I was just going to say that too. It's I didn't feel it as much, right? And it still will flare up. Sometimes it could be just the environment or whatever too, but it doesn't flare up. But I know if I cheat or if I overindulge, I know I'm going to feel it the next morning. So I try and keep that in the back of my head. It's like, you don't want to be feeling this way. And especially with COVID, you're not, I haven't taught my fitness classes in, oh my God, 5 months, and it's kind of driving me crazy, but I'm still working out and things like that. So just being able, it's almost like you're lubricating your joints, right? Because of the clean eating and the products that we're taking and stuff. So that has helped a lot. And that I'm grateful for, because nobody likes the joint pain, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm the same, just because of my knee with the no meniscus. I really recognize if I'm eating inflammatory foods, then my knee's bothering me way more. So yeah, I totally get that.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm like so cool that you came on and talked a little bit about your story. And I mean, I think too, a lot of people would see you and they would say, oh, you know, she's just so fit. It's in her genes, you know. And
no, it's not in my genes.
It's not in your genes. It's, you know, it's that you chose a clean eating way of life. And I think too, with the supplementation, when you talk about the fit, taking the sweet away, I mean, Robin has showed us in a couple recipes, you know, if you're just having berries and your mom used to put the granulated sugar on it and stir it up, you know, and get the juices. She just throws a little bit of the Zen Fit on, which is the amino acid drink. Right. And it's the same almost as having a little bit of powdered sugar on your fruit. You know, it's pretty cool. But, and the shape that you mentioned as well is really, and it helps with cravings because it takes care of our leptin levels, which is the fat hormone.
Yes.
Right? That goes to our brain and tells us that we're hangry and that we're craving things and that sort of thing. And so that supplement actually naturally keeps our leptin levels at an optimum so that we don't have as many cravings, that sort of thing. And its other property is that it's great at metabolizing fat. So it's actually my all-time favorite supplement. And when you take 2 capsules, it's 2 capsules. That's it. You know, it's easy.
Very easy.
But I'm so glad that you came on and chatted with us tonight, and everybody got to see you because you've been away on vacation. So now they got to hear from you too.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're going to start. We've got a great group going right now, and they're in their own little private group so that we can chat them up every day and get them going. Mm-hmm. And we're starting brand new again the day after Labor Day, right? We're going to have a whole new group to go. And so we're inviting anybody that wants to come along and see what we do and how we live Zen Project 8 and go through 8 weeks. I mean, if you start in September, you are going to look fabulous at Christmas. Yeah. Even if it is a virtual Christmas party, you will rock the little black dress.
Exactly.
Well,
we did it last. I did it last August. So then I was finished October 5th. And oh my God, like I felt just amazing all winter, right? It's just, it was awesome. So, and the support that we have in our group, you know, when we started, there was about 5 of us last August, 5 or 6 of us, and we had our small little group, you know, for support and stuff. But that's key for me. Like it just in the back of my mind, it's like, oh, I don't want to let them down, right? If you kind of have that, it's like you don't want to let your friends down if I cheat or something. So, and I didn't cheat, not once in the 2 months. I was very proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, and if I'm sure Melanie, I'll get her to post a picture of her freezer. But Melanie loves to cook, loves to bake. Like she's made all the protein muffins, the banana breads, the protein balls, like all the little treaty stuff too that we can interchange instead of shakes. She makes, but she also makes all her meat, potatoes, everything, and bags everything. And her freezer is so organized, it's unreal. Every time I look at that picture, I'm like,
oh my God.
How does she do that?
It may look like a lot of work, but it's like maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. And you know, it's done. So, and it's nice because my husband can grab and go as well, right? So he doesn't have to think about it either. So yeah, I'll repost that one.
you must, because it's awesome. Anyways, it was so great to have you on. And Melanie, thanks for sharing your story. I think getting rid of shedding 14 pounds, but more importantly, shedding 13 inches in 8 weeks is life-changing. And
sure.
obviously you can see in her picture that the woman could like rock a fitness stage. She's incredible. But anyways, and she does. She rocks the fitness stage when she's in the studio with us, because
hopefully we'll be back soon, right? September.
There we go. In a couple weeks,
Tina.
we'll be back at it. Anyways, bye from us, and thanks everybody for watching. If you have a question, right, for Melanie, then leave it in the comments for sure. Any sort of question, she'll get back to you. And if you want to, or you're thinking about and you need more information on Zen Project 8 and what we do, then get back to the host that invited you into the group. Or if you're new to the group and you didn't get invited by anybody, contact the person that between Robin, Melanie, and myself that resonates most with you, and we will all three help you no matter what.
Absolutely.
Anyways, that's it for tonight, everybody. So bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, Mel. Thanks so much.